What's up everyone? I have a 5 whale victory for you today. Probably one of my most impressive runs that I have played in this game, honestly, so I really hope you enjoyed today's run. It's going to be a pretty long one, so I hope you have 15 minutes to spare because it's going to be definitely worth your time. The main problem with 5 of a kind whale is the fact that 4 of the whales get slowed at the start of battles, so you actually only fight with a single big whale at the back, and all the summons are going to be at the front, so the best they can do is probably pop some melon or lemon, or just get rid of any equipment that the opponent might have, which is not good enough most of the time to beat entire team of 50-50s, especially in the late game. So thanks to a super auto pets friend of mine named hawkerp, he discovered this strategy and showed us in the Discord what is most optimal to be done to get this run going. We are going to be going for a draw team with hedgehogs, and you can see we get the first draw of the game. Actually, it might not have been the first. I don't remember if we won or lost in the opening. I can see we have one trophy already, but I don't know what happened to the other round. Whatever the case, we have a team full of hedgehogs and the RevGT camel, as well as grounded sap in the duck and the wombat. Thankfully we get another draw here. But basically the game plan is going to be include as many hedgehogs as possible and hope to level on turn 5 into a microbe as we just did. Very lucky that we got that. We can even put a blueberry on the microbe. One of the very few use cases of blueberry. I think before this challenge I hadn't even bought a single one, but thanks to this challenge I started running it. And it's going to be very useful for units like lynx and random snipers that the opponents might have. They're going to be targeting the microbe with priority, which means that the enemy team is definitely going to have weakness before the hedgehogs get to trigger. So most of the time you're looking at a draw unless they have a summon unit. This run we were very lucky. All of our opponents are going for scaling with jellyfish and muskox and no stork, thankfully. By the time I'm recording this, a patch note has come out saying that the stork will get nerfed, so we will see a better meta in the future, hopefully, but for now stork is plaguing the arena. Thankfully we have another scaling team with a rhino plus crab, so we draw once again. You love to see these teams. And the idea is going to be preserve our level ups for turn 9 as much as we can. I take a deer there just for some extra safety, hoping to draw against a team that has summons. Hopefully with the bus we can do that. Let's see. They did not have summons here, but thankfully the deer didn't make a draw into a win there. We still draw. So I think on this turn we're going to level up, hoping for a one specific unit, which we don't get this time. Hammerhead Shark might be pretty interesting though with a level 3 hedgehog at the ready, but I don't think we're going to take it. We didn't get the unit we were looking for, which if you haven't guessed already, it's a lioness. We are going to need some shop scaling to get a full shop of 50-50 units. We roll into a well there, but it's way too early for us to need it. Let's see if we win here. Thankfully the buses here actually do a lot of work, and we actually end up winning by 1 HP there, which is not perfect, but it's still way better than a loss, so I'll happily accept it. The only thing we can do now honestly is just maybe preserve chocolates for a potential lioness. We can even convert some gold over. And other than that, I guess level up the hedgehogs and hopefully give them mushrooms so they can be useful even before they get the weakness. Like, this is basically just insurance in case the pets get sniped before the microbe trigger, so that we have another layer of hedgehogs at the ready. We find the lioness here, which is very nice. It's also pretty nice that we don't have to level it up immediately, because this game is going to be going very late, into the 30s I believe it will go. But yeah, we have all the time in the world, and we actually start finding janky teams already. We found the Lizard Tail team with only 2 wins, I believe that was. Thankfully we draw against them as well. They had some pretty nasty scaling with the muskox. We may take the hammerhead shark here, it depends on what we find in the shop. Thankfully we don't have to, because we find the hedgehog. And for me at least, one of the trickiest parts of this run is going to be getting the team started up, and we'll be doing that by gradually buying stuff onto the existing units that we have. I think this is going to be a loss because they have a slug, yep. If we level or start things up too quickly, I think we are not going to be having a good time, because like you're going to start winning, and once you start winning you're escaping the draw hell that we have purposefully entered here. RevGT is my daddy, very interesting name from my opponent, and finally I can battle the accusations that this is actually me. You can see we fight each other, so this is not me, at least not yet. We level up another hedgehog to level 3 here, and we find some stats on the third hedgehog that we have, so it can actually be useful in battle. RevGT is my daddy once again, this time with a different team, going for a draw build this time, and thankfully we do draw against them. This was mainly possible because a lot of the people in the Discord had the idea to start grinding at the same time for Crazy 5 of a kind, so this is the result. We have a lot of people we know, hopefully we face some more here. I don't know who this person is, but they are running something pretty similar looking to a draw build. They did have the units with garlic in the back, so they were probably trying to win, but thankfully the weakness negated that. Hopefully leveling the hedgehog to level 3 here, and including the lioness. I can see why I would do that, because our team is starting to look pretty weak stats wise. I think we're going to lose here once again because they have 50 HP on the silver fox. Yep, we only do 25 damage to it, not strong enough. But yeah, hopefully we escape the normal player pool soon, and we start entering into the players that have built draw teams specifically, so we don't have to worry about losing. We find the second whale there, by the way, as well as a mushroom, so the hedgehog is going to be useful if it gets sniped before the micro pops. We have Wombat here, who is also running a draw build, but he's using badgers instead of hedgehogs. Thankfully it doesn't make a difference to us, we still draw there. And this point in the game it's becoming quite difficult. I'm not really sure what to do. If I level up the lioness to level 3, I'm going to be unable to start it up anymore by stacking more lionesses on top of it, because the game just does not allow you to do that. So I'm trying to wait until I get a 50-50 shot before including the lioness. Here we find a very strange guest who is looking like they are constructing a ghost team, and we actually draw against them. Very strange team they had there, and I think we will not see the last of them just yet. In the meantime, we are just looking for whales. We have found 2, but we need 3 more, and I think I just passed one up because I'm blind. One of the disadvantages of looking for 5 of a kinds that you have not included in the team already is that the stars are not showing, no stars are coming out, therefore it's more difficult to see copies of the unit you're looking for. Yep, passing up this lioness I think as well, yep. If we were looking for a tier 6 5 of a kind, I think I would take a level just hoping to level up into it, but where is tier 4, so we don't need any extra levels. Let's see how we do this time. It's the guest again, let's see if we draw though. They have a level 3 hedgehog of their own, they had a pineapple on it, but we replaced that with weakness, and thankfully we draw once again. entering into the 20s now, so it's going to be pretty fun pretty soon. Finding the third whale as well as a lioness. Let's see how we do. Do we find another whale? I doubt it, with only one slot available. I think soon we should transition into buying the whales onto the team. Here is hawkerp once again, this time trying to go for a lizard tail setup. Sadly the lizard is a summon unit, but we had some luck and we actually triggered the lizard tail before all of our hedgehog fainted, so we were fine on that front. Finding another whale as well and the hedgehog, but I don't think hedgehog is worth taking. Yep, we're just rolling for whales. 50-50 shop, at least for our purposes anyway. The whales are going to be 50-50. We are facing our first ghost team as well. It's actually kinda tricky to face ghosts because I think before they were programmed to only have tier 5 and tier 6 units on the team, but you can see there they had an anteater which is tier 4. I think we'll also see a stoat later on their team, which is obviously not tier 5 or tier 6 until you sell it anyway. Once again, here is hawkerp. We are probably going to, I was going to say probably going to win, but we actually draw, thankfully. I'm happy with many draws because we still need to find the last whale, and even after we do that we have a lot of preparation left to do. Stingray could be interesting at the end, I had forgotten about it honestly, but it can be useful to reduce the max HP of the enemy units. Once again we face a draw team, they have a deer which is a summon, kinda scary but we win. Still have not found the final whale. I hope that we get to do that soon, and I guess in order to increase my odds I'm even including one of them on the team now so we can free up some shop slots. We need to find one more. Levels on the whale with the lemon are going to be pretty important because level 2 whale is going to spit out a whale with double stats, which is what you want to see. hawkerp once again going for a lizard tail build. I think you're going to be seeing more of the lizard tail, but you didn't hear that from me. You might see a video tomorrow, that's all I'll be saying for now, but in the meantime we're hoping for more popcorns, more chocolates, and the final whale. Hopefully we can find it pretty soon. We do find 2 popcorns, so we are actually going to be almost set. We can maybe even sell one of the hedgehogs in favor of a whale. Another ghost team, they have a level 3 wombat that copies a hedgehog. Makes us almost draw there, but the whale can spit out another whale, and as well as that it has popcorn, so we have 2 summons in it. So it's not that easy for us to lose honestly, especially when we keep facing weak teams that are generated by the game itself. Finally finding that 5th whale. We can only hope for a single more popcorns, and I think we're going to have the perfect build. hawkerp once again going for the lizard tail setup. I think this is the exact same team actually, but can he beat us? I don't believe he can. Yeah, the whales are a bit too strong, so very nice going from us. We're nearing the victory. Hoping to see some more chocolates, just like that. Whale is level 2 now, so the whale it's going to spit out is going to have 8 attack and 20 HP. We also find the last 2 popcorn that we need, so we are basically set to transition as soon as we get to 9 wins. Here is the stoat that I mentioned beforehand. We get to face it off and win against it comfortably. Like, I don't think hedgehogs are doing us any favors anymore, but we can't really replace them for a whale because we can start activating the whale swallow chain like that, and I don't really want that to happen. Very weak base stat team over here on the goals, but it doesn't really matter. We're just hoping to see that same team or something very similar in the last round. We even find the 6th well, which I think I will stack on top of the level 2. Yup. Stingray as well, which I forgot to freeze, but if you have a 50-50, I guess it's not the end of the world if you do that. Yup, they have a dirty rat there, so we would have won regardless. And now we are on 9 wins, going in for the final transition. This is what the team is going to look like. Hopefully we get the well up to level 3, but I don't think that's happening. And you think that this is good enough to win against the ghost team, but just look at this fight. Look at what is going to happen. We are going to swallow everything. Whales spit out whales back, and then we have a single microbe that made it through the cracks, and I think that was the cause for our loss there. Super unfortunate, but thankfully we do have one extra heart, so we do have one more attempt. Chocolate, hopefully find another one to get the whale up to level 3. And yeah, this is going to be the final team, the final fight as well. I'm considering if I want to replace the popcorn with a banana just to avoid a thingy spawning again, a microbe. But I don't think I'll do that. This is going to be it. I really hope you enjoyed this. This is one of my big achievements, so I hope that you like, subbed, or the generic stuff, and I'll talk to you next time. Take care.